What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. One day I'm going to remember that you don't have to hit a second record option on this thing. How you doing, Sil?
I'm gonna be doing better in here in a second when these nerds aren't in my mouth. But I'm doing great, man. Enjoyed a hell of a national championship second half. First half, we called that shit. Second half, we called it, but it wasn't as boring to watch in the second half. A couple big plays, great picks, turnovers, had it all. But
Those were
man,
really good catches on the Georgia side too, which kind of swung the whole game. I mean, that touchdown, that first touchdown that they caught, it was a perfectly placed ball. I'm not trying to take away from Stetson Bennett, but the catch was even better. Like he spun back the other way and caught it between him and the defender.
did it seem like in that first half that the refs were not wanting Georgia to have any shot at all in that game?
Yeah, it did. I'm fucking trapped in this bitch. She left the big hot light on. Yeah, so it seemed like they wanted Alabama to win, but Alabama couldn't get shit except field goals because that Georgia defense was what's up, and they weren't going to let you get away with anything but a field goal. And I texted Eddie after it was like 9-6 or whatever, and I said, a field goal is not going to do that shit. And then the next person that scored was Georgia, and I was like, touchdown, see, that'll do it. And the huge one was like, what was it? The fumble that wasn't
the scoop and score not counted.
No. The other one where the dude thought it was an incomplete pass and just kind of picked up the ball running out of bounds, the Alabama guy. And then they gave it to him as a fumble recovery. I mean, it was close. First of all, I'm not sure that it was a fumble. It was really close, but they called it a fumble on the field. So
I don't think it was a fumble.
But the guy, I don't know that he even got the foot in when he randomly just was like, fuck it. And I was just running with it.
And it sucks too, because in the day and age that we are in now, it seems like these refs are just hot shit, not in the good way, hot trash. And they're under a microscope, and we're finding out now in the NFL, which is great in my eyes, when it's these microscopic decisions that need to be made, and it's microscopic differences in this decision in a fumble, because I think the hand was going forward.
Yeah,
I don't think it was a fumble, but it's literally one frame to the next in 2022 when you have 4,000 fucking frames in a camera. It's right. One frame to the next that's fucking showing the difference, and the out of bounds, you would have to put a razor blade and you might be able to cut a piece of grass out that was green, right, that separated from his foot to the sideline. And I don't think that happens. I don't think it was too close to call on both ends, and they need to kind of treat that play like they do in the pros and say, fuck it, incomplete pass, redo the down.
Yeah, see, what they did is rightly so. They call it a fumble so that they don't blow it dead. But at that point, you have to then look at it, and I think it needs to be an incomplete pass unless it's proven a fumble. I think they need to flip it during the replay. And it's hard to do because they just made the call stand because they didn't know. But the ref on a normal, just regular, maybe 10 years ago, he would have blown that play dead. He would have called it an incomplete pass, Absolutely. Blown it dead, and everybody would have complained. So he let it run, let it be a fumble. But then at that point, they have to call it stands because they can't tell.
I don't think anybody would have complained 10 years ago or any years ago before the last 5-6 years. You could even tell in the stadium, if you were watching the game, that the fans were just kind of like, what the fuck are they reviewing?
Yeah.
And then you can kind of
even the player truly did not think it was a fumble.
He was laughing his ass off on the sideline.
Yeah.
But after about a minute or two of the review, you can start kind of hearing Alabama fans chirping, fumble. Yeah, fumble, yeah, fumble. And nobody knew what was going on. And it's just in the day and age we're in now, you just have to keep that save the play mindset. And with all the challenges and all that stuff, that keeps the review possible without going to the coaches while the coaching's having a challenge by calling it a fumble. If it would have been called an incompletion, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't even been able to review it for a fumble.
Right, they can't. That's why he didn't call or blow it
dead. So you can appreciate, I guess, in today's way of calling a football game that they called it a fumble. But at the end of the day, it's too close to call in my eyes for them to not let it go to another play. Like that can't ended up pretty much almost deciding the game. Like if they wouldn't have got a couple of turnovers there at the end, that game would have been a lot more farther away for Alabama than it was in that fourth quarter.
What they need to do is just don't blow it dead, but at the end of the play, say like no call was made on the field.
We're going to look at now. Yeah, I like that.
Or something like that, because it's just tough, and it's cutting hairs, and every game's going to have it. And luckily Georgia didn't hurt too much from it because they had a huge play on their next drive. But like it's just one of those things, and it's going to be that way. Same with the out of bounds in basketball. It's just one of those things that if they're going to review it, there's going to be hiccups. But especially like you said, when you get a frame and like a tenth of a frame later, you can see like, but at that point, when it's stop motion, you can't tell when his arm is really going forward either. So
exactly,
it's kind of ridiculous to me, but it happens. And it was okay. Georgia played ridiculously good on defense. And then their offense started to catch up in the second half, which is basically what we thought was going to happen with both teams. And it happened with both teams. But your guy, Bryce Young, he looked more like what you think Bryce Young is, as opposed to the Heisman. That's what I'm saying. No, he looked like your guy, Bryce Young.
Yeah, he looked like the Bryce Young I know.
He didn't look like Heisman Bryce Young. And this is the Bryce Young you know. So why don't you talk on his performance compared to Stetson Bennett?
Yeah, this is Bryce Young without the top two wide receivers in the freaking country, and one of them wasn't
Shout out
healthy.
to Williams, though. I hope he's fine.
And that's something else I want to talk about. If I'm Williams, if I'm his family, if I'm his future agent, you're not playing in that game.
But it's a national championship, bro.
He has one.
That's true.
He has one already.
That's true.
I don't give a fuck. You're about to get fucking $10+ million, be a top 5 pick, another one. No, Ruggs was 7, right? And then Judy was 7 and Ruggs was 7 this past draft. So yeah, you could be one of the first top 5 wideouts from Alabama, probably. Julio might have been one, who fucking knows. But man, that's millions of dollars lost. And not only that, he could be fucked. He's a sub 4.4 runner. I think he runs a 4.26 or something crazy like that. Crazy route tree, crisp on his route running, and just an all-around monster of a wide receiver. And now he's going to end up falling in the 3rd, 4th round. And if his knee comes back, he's going to be a great player. But like we knew coming into this that his knee was not 100%, that he wasn't healthy, that he tried to go in the SEC championship, and we all saw what happened there. And it went even worse in the national championship. And in the way it happened too, man, that was just gruesome, wide ass open.
Yeah, he was smoking these dudes.
The beginning of the year, he jukes the shit out of those 2 guys and goes to the house.
Right.
But that knee was not healthy, and he ended up tearing his ACL, I believe.
Yeah, ACL.
And that's, in today's age, that's something he's going to be able to come back from, like almost 100%. But that's definitely going to hurt the draft stock. And I don't think he should have played in that game. But yeah, back to Bryce Young. He's a bum. The running game could not get going, which meant his play action was not going. Had no chance of trying to make any kind of broken plays happen. He was rolling out, having to get rid of the ball, getting dumped on the ground every time he did let go of the ball. It was a great game plan from Kirby Smart to just shut down the fucking run. And like I said before the game, make the Heisman winner beat you. He has no weapons. Make him beat you. And it didn't happen. It wasn't going to happen. And I kind of feel bad for Robinson because that was supposed to be his coming out party. I feel like he's a hell of a fucking running back. He's going to be a great running back. Even in the league, I think he'll be a good running back. But he just had no room to do anything. Anytime he got the ball, he looked up. He was looking at his tackle's ass and getting shoved back.
That was Georgia defense doing what they did all season except for the one Alabama game. And I'm not sure what happened the one Alabama game. I don't know if they weren't motivated or what.
I'm ready to go get Thibodeau now. Last week I was talking about the Alabama tackle. Fuck that. He got thrown around.
He got thrown around. Bro. Yeah, that was pretty rough. Are you guys are going to trade down, right? Like, I mean, it's so hard to trade a first round pick or like a number one pick just because if it goes poorly, then your fans eat
I
you
mean,
alive. But
unless Thibodeau comes out and pulls a fucking Eli Manning, we should be able to get him. But yeah, like you said,
well,
it's
yeah,
really
but
hard for it to happen. But I'm down with him. If we're able to figure out pieces in the rest of the draft for tackles and stuff, like you got to realize that I think the last good, like high Alabama lineman that was drafted was Leatherwood, right? Leatherwood just got drafted last year.
was
And
Wirfs from Alabama that we drafted?
Tristan Wirfs, yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
he's a
And
beast. He's an
he
all pro
was
probably this year.
and he was taken in a late first round.
Right.
Leatherwood late first round. So these linemen that are really fucking good, we're finding out that they are from Alabama, and you can get them in later later rounds. So yeah, I'm down to get Tibbs and see what the fuck we can do with that line because we're 2-3 and every team is. The Cardinals, they have 2-3 pieces on the line to be a great line. The Packers, they're playing with their backups, but they're fucking greatly coached and have a hell of a quarterback to kind of put them in the right place before plays are called. But yeah, it's that's the NFL right now. There's not really one dominant line. There is. It's in Indy, and they're sitting at home. You're welcome, fuck ass Steelers. But yeah, so I'm not too focused on the line. I don't think. I'm more worried about getting that defense back in 2017. Have monsters flying around like crazy, and hope we can give Trevor Lawrence enough opportunities. Because why not start your first drive fucking 8 out of 16, 17 games now with the lead? Like we did in 2017. I think it was 6 games.
Right.
We started a lead before we had the lead before an offensive touchdown was scored.
But yeah, if Philly, I think there's 2 teams with multiple first round picks, right? So Philly has 3, but they'd probably only be willing to give up 2.
I think the Giants.
And then somebody, so yeah, if the Giants or Philly wants to give you that 7 to 12 range, 2 of them, you can get a good cornerback or a safety or something with that, and then grab, like you said, an offensive lineman with the second one a little bit later. And it's not going to be that great guy from Alabama, but it'll be somebody from Iowa or another Alabama guy or somebody that's going to be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we have more first round picks somewhere in there somewhere. We traded a shit ton of people away. There's no way we don't still. I think so. I think this would be the last year that we did have multiple first round picks. But if so, I mean, see what happens. If we can get somewhere 2 top 15s for that number 1, I don't want it. But if so, then yeah, let's go get Tibbs and try to find a great ass lineman here.
I'm just saying if Philly can get the number 1 pick, if they can find a way to steal their way in, they're closer to a playoff team. I mean, technically they are a playoff team, but whatever. They're closer to a good
and they need
playoff team than you guys are. Yeah, they could take Thibodeau or Hutchinson or whoever, and like they could use that. They don't need 3 first round draft picks, is what I'm saying. Like they're not 3 places away from a Super Bowl, in my opinion. So why not go and get the best guy available at a position they need? Because Fletcher Cox, I mean, he's good, but he's
old.
Yeah, he's old. So why would you take 3 first round picks that, yeah, obviously 3 first round picks will make you better, but they're not 3 pieces away. They're 1 first round pick away. And so why not go do that? That's my opinion.
No, I agree. I like that a lot. I mean, I'd be down as hell for that. And Jalen Hurts was a hell of a fucking quarterback at Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't like Bryce Young. He's a bum.
Well, Jalen Hurts went and did the Oklahoma thing. That's what gets you going. You just gotta leave and go play in Oklahoma. That's
seeing that game and seeing what Kirby Smart was able to do to Bryce Young. Do you feel like that, one, worst Heisman Trophy winner of all fucking time, and 2, they should do the voting and all that shit after the national championship?
Well, they should do the voting after the national championship. I will definitely say that. But the worst Heisman Trophy, I don't know about that. I mean, there's an argument to be made for a Florida Gator that's rough, but Troy Smith might be one of the worst Heisman Trophy guys of all time.
What are you talking about?
What?
The Florida Gator.
Werfel.
Okay.
He was okay. He was better than Bryce Young. but like he was okay. Charlie Ward was only there because he ran a bunch. But like I would say, I mean, he's definitely up there, but Troy Smith, I think, was probably the worst. I don't know. I never liked Troy Smith. I had towards Troy Smith, I had what you have towards Bryce Young.
Okay.
I don't like him. He sucked. Didn't we crush Ohio State that year in the championship anyway?
Yeah.
So
That's crazy though. Troy Smith was a fucking monster. I think.
yeah.
Bryce Young just sucks. He can't run. He's fragile as fuck. He's a scary little puss. Troy Smith will run through a wall if it fucking meant he was getting a championship.
He didn't get a championship. He sucks. All right, so let's put a bow on that. Good job,
Bryce Young.
That's true. Congrats to he got one as a bench warmer.
Fuck that. That don't count.
So congrats to Georgia. You did your thing. They're obviously the AP top team. But before we get off of, or for next year, but before we get off of college football, have you been watching this transfer portal? This is the transfer portal's been around for a while, but this is the first year that it is like blown up. Part of me thinks it's really stupid, but part of me thinks it's really exciting to watch these guys jump around like crazy. But one person that's benefiting from this is Gus Malzahn and UCF. They're getting people. We lost Dylan Gabriel. We lost Titus Moho. If I was Eddie, I could say his name. It's like 3 hyphens in the last name. Titus Matala Alawalu or something like that. But anyways, we lost him. But we got Auburn's number 1 wide receiver. Well, the number 1 wide receiver that went to the portal. We got a lineman, I think, from Auburn. We're grabbing the Reese Plumlee guy, the Ole Miss quarterback that got taken over by Matt Carroll, or Corral, however you say his name. We're getting a lot of good people in, and now it's like if UCF actually has competition again, which we didn't have since Blake Bortles days. We have competition at positions. We have competition at running back now. We have competition at quarterback now. We have good players. And Mikey Keene obviously comes in as the starter, but this John Reese Plumlee guy, before Corral took over the mantle, Reese Plumlee was great. I mean, Ole Miss was popping. He just wasn't Lane's guy, so he got taken out. I think he got injured or something, and then Corral got in there and never gave the spot back. But UCF's really benefiting from this. So now that we have Cincinnati going to be losing their best player, Desmond Ridder, Houston's going to be good, but UCF seems to be back in the driver's seat for the conference title or bust at least. And now that the playoff has been open, everybody has incentive to go undefeated. It's great.
Yeah, and you got to think that they're hungry. Like this is going to be the last year in the AAC. So they're hungry to go out on top, and Gus too, trying to go into the Big 12 with a conference championship. I'm not sure that's been done. That conference championship has been taken with a team to another conference.
I'm sure Oklahoma or Texas is, or not Texas. Oklahoma's going to do it at some point.
Yeah, probably so. But shit, they're staying around, right? Oh no, they're going. Is it for sure? They're for sure going to the SEC in 2 years.
Yeah, they've already signed the thing.
Heard. Damn it, that sucks. I wish it was 3 years so we could fuck them one time. But
right.
But
well, if we go early, if we go next year, we'll play them once because I think they're going in 2024. We're supposed to go in 2024, I think, but we're expecting to pay the fine to go early.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be 2023.
If we have to pay a fine to go in 2023, but I think we're planning on doing it. And I think, you think Oklahoma's going in 2023?
That's what I was read. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was thinking, actually, yeah, I was thinking that they were going in 2023 as well. But yeah, I knew for some reason that UCF was going to try to get in a year early. But yeah, so that'd be awesome to get in there, beat up on some Oklahoma. But you guys are going to come into hungry. And the fact that you alluded to a little bit, you have competition at each position, you're also going to have a lot more depth and be able to bring out a lot more guys like you were able to do a couple years ago in the undefeated season when you were able to just bring out a fresh new offensive line that's not getting tired and just able to stay on the field for 40 minutes of the game and just run it down their fucking throats and finish drives in 10 plays, a minute and 45 seconds. With all these fresh ass guys that you can keep on the field at any point in time. And that's just something they haven't been able to do in the last couple of years. And it's shown at the end of games when it comes down to crunch time, these guys are gassed, and it has kind of looked bad on Dylan Gabriel, looking like overthrows and stuff, but guys not breaking out their cuts like they should be at in the games, and not being at the spot when he should be. So stuff like that, with that depth, it's definitely going to help out. And it's you in Cincinnati. It seems like you got to worry about SMU a little bit, like always, but it's next year the competition. I don't think it's going to be fair. It's going to be you guys and then just everybody else looking
Houston will be up there. Houston will be up there. But
you think?
Yeah, they were good this year. They're going to be even better next year. They didn't really lose anybody, so they'll be pretty good.
Neither did the Bucks.
But so before we go into the NFL, I just want to take a quick break from football for 2 seconds.
Ad break?
Ad break, I guess. No, we didn't get a sponsor. Sponsor, Takea. Find it at Target. Boom. This is a good water bottle, by the way. But anyways, they're not a sponsor. I just wanted to shout out Phoenix. We haven't talked basketball in a while, but we're back on top. Memphis is rolling, and I'm kind of scared of them. We can talk about them in a second. But they knocked off the Warriors, so now the Suns are back in first. Are the Suns, and this is a media talking head kind of point, so we don't have to belay the point. You guys have probably heard it thousands of times. But is Phoenix being slept on, man? Like, people talk about the Warriors, people talk about the Nets, the Bucks. They're now started talking about the Bulls, the Clippers. Nobody talks about the Suns, and we're just sitting there in first.
Absolutely. The only respect you get is from these small market teams and these Bally Sport commentators.
Yeah, I love Bally Sports.
And but yeah, it seems like every time I tune into a Phoenix game and it's the other team's commentators, they're really big on the Suns. Like, they know they're a team that is going to be played at the end of the season, late in the playoffs, maybe even the championship. So yeah, for I forget what team. It's like a week and a half ago, you guys lost to in a close one. The commentators were like, "All right, yeah, we have a lot of stuff." I think it might have been was it the Mavs? Maybe. I don't remember.
No, we lost to two East Coast teams.
It was like a not good team. They're all right. Well, we can turn this around. Suns great team. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, were able to stop them. We can turn this around, man. Maybe this is something we can get to. And not too many teams in the league you're going to play and be able to beat in any type of way and come out saying, "Hey guys, maybe we can be a playoff team this year. We just beat them." Like, you're not Nets. They can fold any game. Lakers suck. So like the Suns, they seem to be that steady, straight and narrow, not wavering, and everybody's stepping up. They're too going through COVID and shit, and everybody's able to step up. And a guy you don't like, and a guy who wasn't paid, and crap, who did y'all play 2 days ago? Right after the Suns lost. Right after the Suns lost, it was the Raptors. Yeah, right after the Suns lost and the Warriors lost and y'all retained the number one again.
Yeah,
they were talking. Shit, forgot what I was saying. I suck.
Jalen Smith, because you talked about a person I don't like, right. So I know who that is.
They were talking about how crazy and asinine it is for these kids not to get their extensions. Like, it just I talked about happen.
That last podcast.
Exactly. But the way they were talking about it is, and it was the away teams people, how insane it is that, like, you guys really kind of lucked out with your draft picks and getting Chris Paul somehow.
Yeah.
And how your owners are going to fucking ruin it for you if you don't fix it. And I kind of think that's why you're slept on, is because of the
Bob Starver is trash.
Yeah, because of the organization that it is. Yeah, you can have the best coach in the world, and he might not be the best coach in the world, but he's probably one of the most driven, most well-respected, and has high demands.
Right.
And everybody on his team from top to bottom lives up to it. Even these 10 days players, these big smacks, these Jalen Smiths who you don't fucking like. But they're coming out and doing their thing, and they're kind of slept on because, yeah, they got lucky last year. that organization is trash. They're not
Yeah,
going
and
to be
it's
able to build
funny
off of it.
because I think obviously teams, when you do the thing where they have the players vote for the MVP and stuff, it's always different than what the media thinks. But still, I'm not sure that we get everybody's best like best game. You know how they say like the
Yeah.
champions, like the Bucks are getting everybody's best games. I don't think we're the West teams getting everybody's best game. It's now the Warriors and the Lakers, because the Lakers are always going to get everybody's best game because LeBron can go suck it. But I think everybody's kind of sleeping on us. That has a chance to sleep. Now, we're going to talk about the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies are the only team so far this year that's beaten the Warriors and the Suns. They've now beaten the Warriors twice. They're on a 10-game winning streak. Ja Morant, bro, like I don't know if you followed UCF after you graduated, but I watched Ja Morant a lot at Murray State. This dude was playing in that little small market, and I love small market teams. And Ja Morant, I guess right now, Damian Lillard's the best small market team of all time, but like Ja Morant is coming out and he is on this trajectory of, I mean, he'll be an MVP in no time.
I'd never heard of Ja Morant until you told me. You said, dude, check out these conference tournament. Check out this Ja Morant kid. He's about to pull a fucking Steph Curry and fucking Davidson and go off in the fucking tourney. And you called it. And
well, he didn't go off in the tourney. I think he won like one game.
Oh no, but that game he was absolutely saying nobody.
Even the game they lost, I think he scored like 40.
Yeah, nobody knew who he was, and then coming out, he could have been the first pick over Zion because of the injury to Zion, and it was insane. And he's continuing. I saw something on Facebook saying that he's better than rookie Derrick Rose. You're out of your fucking mind.
I don't believe that. Yeah.
You're out of your mind. He's not even better than Derrick Rose's first year back from a fucking whole new fucking leg.
Right.
Get out of here. But
Derrick Rose this year is putting up stats close to Ja Morant.
He's continuing to go absolutely nuts on the defensive side of the ball. Whenever he fucks up, he still has a high dribble on offense, but he's turns the ball up a lot.
Yeah, he does.
At the top of the fucking half court. But hey, one of the best blocks I've ever seen came off of a boneheaded play.
Two-handed too.
And the dude, how you can, that's so much core strength to be able to come back and then
just slap that bitch.
Flying, going 15 miles an hour, and to be able to just come right down and then bounce up and be like, and just walk. Like, my knees hurt just seeing
Morant has my mentality. Now, he has a lot more skill than I ever had in the world. But when I played soccer, anytime I lost the ball, those 10 seconds after I lost the ball was the hardest I've ever played soccer in my life. And like, that's how it was anytime I lost the ball. And that's how he looks. Like if something goes poorly, he doesn't sulk. He doesn't drop his head down. He goes, all right, these are the next 10 seconds. I'm about to fuck everybody up. And he goes to town. And that's a great mentality. Obviously, like he plays hard the whole game. But I love that mentality where if you fuck up or something goes poorly, don't drop your head down, pick your head up and say, all right, I'm about to get this back myself. And he does that.
Yeah, it's insane to see. And once he gets that stroke down, he's going to be fire.
Or if Triple J decides to learn basketball.
He's been doing good the last couple games. He's had a great late stretch.
He's all right.
But yeah,
he's like the fourth best guy on their team now, though, and he's supposed to be like the second best.
Dylan Brooks is supposed to be the second best too, and
Bane is a beast. He's doing work.
Down though, he's either doing work or he's not doing shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Bane might be their second best player though. I don't even know. Bane, Brooks, and Jackson all kind of just share the load, but then like Morant can take care of everything else, so it's good to go.
Yeah, they got.
I'm scared.
They got size. Yeah, they got size. But I just don't. Once it gets down to the nitty gritty in the playoffs,
right?
It's going to come down to threes. Now that Clay's back, it's going to come down to who can play the better perimeter defense, and then who's going to score the most on the other side of the ball. Exactly. So I mean, Jazz aren't shit. They're playing. I mean, Rudy Gobert was out, but they played.
Yeah, it was not
horribly. Jordan Clarkson's amazing.
Right.
They played very bad basketball tonight against the Cavs, and it's it's very concerning, and especially with Clay back, you have that 2015 team that nobody seems to remember. Nobody seems to remembers the Warriors without Kevin Durant.
Right.
And that was a very, 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 very good team. And who the fuck was their center? Ah, shit, Zaza Pachulia.
Right.
So yeah, I think Kevin
But right
Looney,
now they don't even have. Does Looney
Kevin
start?
Looney,
Like,
be Alicia.
yeah, I think they
Those two
start kind of
guys,
small ball.
yeah, those two guys
Yeah.
are way better than
And Wiggins is
Zaza.
way better than Iguodala.
Yeah, and they have
By a
Iguodala,
mile
but he's
too. Yeah,
not.
they still have
Yeah,
Iguodala, but
he's not.
Wiggins is better than Finals MVP Iguodala. So
Absolutely. So yeah, that team is better if Clay is able to stay healthy
right.
and stay consistent with a shot like he was back in the day and come back looking like me against you the other night on Rookie 2K, then yeah, well, the Warriors are going to be a
Steele's
scary
good at
fucking
rookie.
team
Don't let him fool you. I beat him twice on Hall of Fame, and he had to
with the
lower the
same
difficulty.
team.
He had to
It's the
lower the
team.
difficulty.
It was the team. That team was trash. That
Yeah,
you only had to play with
we
one
both
time.
played with the same 16 team, and we rolled. The 12 team sucked.
Yeah.
But my Suns beat you copping out and playing with the fucking Celtics for some reason on Hall of
Oh yeah,
Fame.
they did. What do you mean copping out and playing with? Who do the Celtics have
Who do you like? Who's your team?
to play with?
No. Who fuck? I don't give a fuck if it's a video game. I'm playing Suns all day, every day. I ain't gonna go play the Lakers just because they have a bitch. I ain't trying to do that shit.
I didn't do that either. That's why I went and got the young ass Celtics.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to win. They're like low. They're like 86. I think Tatum's like an 89.
Yeah,
and
you need
nobody else is
22
over
for the
that.
Cavs, right? The Cavs are better on 22.
Oh yeah, I'll fuck some dudes up on the Cavs because you got to do the 3 divisions. Like you saw that when
Right.
you went to the online mode. So yeah,
I tried to
sometimes I'll
play with the
sneak a couple
Cavs and I
games
couldn't
in.
get anybody to play me.
Bro, it just whenever we played, I know we're getting off topic here, but when we played 21, dude, the mechanics are so much better on 22, dude.
I
So
bet.
much better. Like the stupid passing doesn't happen like that. Running into the knee and losing the ball doesn't happen like that a lot anymore.
But
It's
I'm
awesome.
I'm poor and I stick with Game Pass games. So
Yeah, it's awesome.
Rolling.
But anyways, back to the
the real
sports.
basketball.
Yeah. But yeah, if Clay is able to keep stroking it, then that Warriors team is going to be very scary and a lot to handle. But at the end of the day, the Suns are the one team in the West that can hold them down and actually get it done and beat them in the 7-game series. Because who on the Warriors is going to lock down Wiggins and Mikal? That's going to be a fun matchup, actually. But
Well,
yeah, I don't even
Mikhail's
think
not going to
anybody.
guard Wiggins. Probably he probably would. But yeah, because CP is going to guard Curry. So,
But that's the X factor right there. It's going to be Mikal and Cam Johnson if it comes down to them two, because Book's going to do Book things. Chris Paul's going to make sure Steph and Clay don't go off. I'm pretty sure Chris Paul would probably cover Clay.
well, the
that
problem is
situation.
they'd do a matchup. So they'd start Looney, and Draymond would get to guard Cam Johnson, and he'd shut him down.
Yeah.
If they tried to play small with Bielitsa, then Ayton would just fucking.
So is Cam starting now? Cam's the 4?
Yeah, Cam's the starter right now because Jay is having an ass season. I don't even know how we have 9 losses with the way Jay's playing. He's terrible right now.
Really? That sucks.
Terrible.
But I told you so.
He's back to the old Jay crowd. So yeah, Cam's starting right now, but if Draymond's guarding him, he won't do much. But if they try to start Bielitsa against Ayton, it's a wrap, dude. He's gonna just run all over him. But Looney can stick. He's long. He'll be tough.
But even so what we were doing tonight with Rudy Gobert out, literally just walking down a half court and Garland's just flinging it into the post.
Right.
And letting the big boys go to work.
You guys have 3 post players that stand out on the court at one time. So.
Yeah. So if you guys can do that and hold them to 80, 90 points, that's a fucking wrap all day.
Right. Yeah, I'm not worried. We have a top 5 defense and a top 10 offense, and I think that'll just continue to get better. We've been missing Ayton. We missed Booker. So when they're all there, our offense is going to shoot up a little bit too. And we should finish in probably top 5 to 7 on both. So I'm excited about that. But that's fun for the basketball. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is the NFL playoffs. The NFL is going on. But before we get there, we're not talking about UFC really until next week when the big fights start up again. The first big fight is is January 22nd, so we don't have to talk about it. But a fight that just got booked, I don't know if you saw, but Colby Covington is facing Jorge Masvidal at the next one, which will be in February. But this is, first of all, they're both just shit talking idiots. But the fight itself, I honestly don't think it's going to be close. But what do you think is going to happen? I think Colby's going to just rip him a new one.
I think after this fight, after the last fight, somebody should have let Masvidal know, be like, bro, you don't have a chin anymore. We saw your videos. We know why you were here. Like, we know why you're the baddest motherfucker, whatever the fuck it is. Like, we understand. Like, we understand how you're Jorge Masvidal, but you're not that guy no more, my guy.
Right.
Like, that guy's not there. And yeah, Covington's gonna fuck him up. And I don't think it's gonna be long. Like, this was probably one of the fights that I would rather go and buy 2 or 3 beers and watch a couple fights before that fight and all the antics instead of paying the $60, because the 2 or 3 beers is going to be a hell of a lot fucking cheaper, and you'll be able to get out of there. And it's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be a great fight.
If it's a long fight, it's because Colby wanted to just keep fucking with him. That's the only reason it would be a long fight.
This is literally one of those Dana White making money cards.
It's crazy because he's a better wrestler. He's got better cardio. He's got better takedowns. And now that Jorge doesn't have a chin, he's going to be the better striker too. So like and Colby does have a chin. Colby's gone up against Kamaru Usman twice and he's lost. Usman's just better than everybody right now, but he's made his way and looked good. Masvidal got wrecked by Usman, and ever since that Usman fight for Masvidal, he's just fallen off the map. And I think, it's a fight that has to be done though, because those are the two that are in place to face Usman. But so the question is, what happens after that, right? So we'll obviously talk about the fight a little bit later as well. But real quick, like Colby has already fought Usman twice and he's lost. But there's nobody else in the division. Colby is going to just destroy everybody else in the division. Do you just keep running back him against Usman, or what do you do if you're Dana?
You have to hope somebody else can come up, because that's just one of those things. It's I don't know. It's kind of like Colts and Jacksonville the last 7 years. Like, you go there, but you know you're not going to win.
Right.
Type situation. So why keep doing it? Like, don't force it on them like the NFL does the Colts.
But
like,
who else are they going to give Usman? Like, Usman can't just sit on the bench and do nothing. Like, somebody's got to fight him. Are they just going to throw fish at him and let him just destroy
Guys
him?
have taken fucking 13 months off because they haven't had any other challengers for him. Like, yeah, it's happened. And I think what needs to happen is we need to have it. It sucks because the last 5-6 years, it's only happened for these big names, for these Masvidals, for these crippled ass McGregors, these 5-6 ranked people getting caught up for a title fight. And it also happens with a week's notice and these dudes coming out getting their asses beat because they have no camp against dude, no nothing. But that's what needs to happen. They need to strategize and get together and be like, yo, we can't keep putting Kobe in here. We can't keep giving him the 4th best person, the 3rd best person, because he's going to fuck them up. We need to take one of these guys and see if they're able to beat Usman. Just see any given Sunday, see if it can happen. Right. Because we know it's going to happen.
Colby against that person, and
put Kobe, because he's going to lose. So now Kobe gets him, and then Kobe can go up against Usman again. And Usman's not sitting around for 13 months. Now he's just sitting around for about 6-7 months after that one fight.
All right. Well, remind me next week. We do need to talk about Ngannou versus Cyril Gane, because that's going to be good. But that we'll talk about it when it's a little fresher on our mind.
Real quick, while we're still on the UFC, how do you feel about the Diaz brothers trying to stay relevant and get big paying fights?
I love it. That, like, if keep cashing those checks, dude. The problem is the Diaz brothers are still good fighters. Well, one of them is. The problem is that if I went out and blew on their face, they would cut and start bleeding. And like, it's hard as shit to ref their fights because at least Nate, like, he looks like a freaking, like, it's unbelievable. The first punch he takes, all his scar tissue just opens up and he's just raining blood. And that's what happened the last or 2 fights ago when they stopped it, and he was telling them, hey, you stopped it prematurely, but dude's gonna pass out from losing so much blood. And I don't know how to do it, but they need to just keep taking fights as long as they can take fights. But they're not exciting anymore. Like, I don't tune in to watch. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm over it. Getting these big headline.
Let them fight each
matches.
other. They should do that.
That'd be fucking amazing. That would be absolutely amazing.
That would be the best.
I would have a fight party at my house just to see that.
That would be the best one.
That would be fucking amazing. And then they need to go fight the Paul brothers. Like, do a Logan Diaz and then switch them up. Like, Paul, same night, 4 fights.
Fucking 4 fights, so they each fight both of
each
them.
other. Yeah, twice.
And it culminates in what, Jake versus Nate, because that's the better one.
Yeah,
that's the last one. But
after they'd already fought, hell, fuck yeah, that'd be badass.
They'd get a lot of money too.
Or I guess 2 fights. So yeah,
that'd be a real BMF.
Or no, how many fights would that be? Yeah, 4 fights.
It'd be 4, yeah. Right. Each person would only have 2 fights, but that'd be fun.
That'd be badass.
But yeah, I mean, the Paul brothers, Logan needs to sit down. Nick needs to sit down. So let them do whatever they got to do. Yeah. Nate can still fight though. That's the problem. Like, he's still good enough to beat over half the division. He's still a top 10 fighter, so they're going to let him keep getting fights. But anytime he fights a top 10 guy, he's going to lose just from the sheer visualization. If the judges are watching the fight and seeing how bloody he is, he's going to lose.
Yeah, it's more sad to see than entertaining now for either of them.
Yeah.
Like, Nick gets gassed in fucking 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's just not good anymore. I think he gave up on being a good fighter. But all right, so let's move on to the playoffs. We've kind of steered clear of the NFL because it wasn't as exciting as college football and all the bowl games and all the fun and whatnot. But now the playoffs are here. We have the
Jaguars.
The games are set. The Jaguars allowed the Steelers in. It was really fun, really funny. It's awesome. But now the playoffs are set. So we have Saturday is we have a fucking Monday night game this weekend, don't we? That's so stupid. So Saturday is what, the Steelers and the Chiefs. That's the first game of the weekend, right? Is the Steelers and Chiefs?
First game of the weekend is 4:30. The Raiders and Bengals on Saturday.
Yeah, Raiders and Bengals.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. So real quick, at the end of the game last week, did we already talk about it? No, we talked about it when we were playing 2K, I think. But so come to find, so at the end of that crazy game, so the Jaguars beat the Colts. Yay, woohoo! Almost fucked up our first round pick. Thank you, Lions, for winning a fucking game and screwing over yourselves for the first pick. But yeah, so Jags beat the Colts, and we talked about it last week on the cast. If I'm one of the coaches, Chargers or Raiders, I'm going in the other team's locker room before the game and be like, hey, listen, let's make it look fun. Let's make it look like it's not supposed to be like this, but just fucking lay an egg. Let's just lay an egg. Let's do it. And it looked like it. Like, it happened. It was happening. It was going to happen.
It was going to happen.
There was 30 seconds left. Clock's a ticking, and the Chargers called a timeout and forced the Raiders' hand, and they had to run a play because why need it?
And they still tried to run, to be fair. Like, the Raiders still tried to give it up, and the Chargers didn't stop them.
Yeah, and they were out of field goal range. I think they were on the 49-yard line. The 49-yard line or something like that, 48, 49. They got a 10-yard run, had a 49-yard field goal, made it, barely squeaked in. Yeah. That'd have been awesome if the interim coach would have been like, hey, man, just go shank it. Like, fuck it, go shank it.
They should have had, like, their punter take it or something to be like, let's show them that you can take it. Just see what happens.
That'd be awesome. But, yeah, so, man, that was a crazy fucking game. So the Raiders are in, not the Chargers, and they are facing the Bengals, who are hot.
The Bengals are the best team in the AFC, dude. Like, in my opinion. But the problem is them and the Raiders, I think, are mirror images of each other. Just the Bengals have more talent. they have a good running back, which Jacobs has been down compared to Mixon, but a good running back on a bad line, okay line, I guess. And then a bunch of deep threats with a quarterback that just throws deep and hopes for the best. It's just the Bengals have Chase and Boyd and who's the third guy that
Higgins.
and Higgins. So they actually make more plays because Ruggs is gone, of course. And so it's
Waller's
just
been
Hunter.
hurt.
It's just Hunter Renfro and nothing. Waller has been hurt. We'll talk about him in a second. Did you see the headlines with him?
Mm-mm.
He's going to be my shout out at the end of this thing because I think he's still doing well. But he came out and he said that his whole fight to be sober has made his injury like way worse because he's like football, like you've seen his stories probably. Football is what keeps him distracted from sober. So he's like being injured has been the hardest time in his life because he's trying to stay sober and not get to play the distraction that he has. So shout out to him. But yeah, so they don't have the talent. But what do you think of Derek Carr? I mean, this guy gets the brunt of just insult after insult after insult. Dude's in the playoffs, ready to go. He's right there.
I think this was a show me year. He had a really good year this year. Usually he looks good, but when you look at the stats, it's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like he's not a bad, the nicest player in the world. Like
Yeah.
when you see his mic'd ups, nicest dude in the world. So I'm happy for the guy, and I'm kind of happy for that franchise who it just has a dark cloud on them ever since they moved to Vegas.
Yeah.
This is kind of what everybody hoped for, the shit that's been going on in the public eye for the Raiders. So I like that this guy is the one that's leading them to the playoffs, and they don't have a chance in hell against the Bengals. The Bengals defense, I feel like, is hitting at the right time, and yeah, they're giving up points, but at the end of the game, it's a bend and don't break, and that offense is able to show up. And if they get 2 possessions, the other team gets 2 possessions, they're putting up 14, and the other team might get 6.
Right. Did you see the meme about the Bengals last playoff game with text messages or something like that?
Yeah, 91.
That's crazy. So no one has ever sent a text message regarding a Bengals win. That's nuts.
Playoffs, yeah.
Because Bengals playoffs win. That's nuts.
Yeah.
So you think that ends on Saturday?
Absolutely. It's going to be a high scoring game. I think both team is going to hit over 30.
Yeah, but we've seen both teams put up duds. Like we've seen both teams come out there and do nothing. I agree with you. Sadly, like I'm not even a Raiders fan. I don't necessarily like the Raiders at all, but I like what they're doing, man. They lost Gruden and they lost Ruggs, both of which deserve to be lost. And they have turned it into this playoff run. And I love that about them. They will have Waller back, or they should have Waller back ready at full strength because he's been back but not playing great. And they will put up a fight. I can guarantee you that. They're not going to lay down and do anything. But yeah, I agree. I think the Bengals are just too good. Both lines are too good. Their defensive line is really stout, and their offensive line, I don't know if it's that Mixon makes them look good or if the offensive line is actually good, but they run block really well. So, and then the thing is, like you can throw it to any of those 3 guys, Higgins, Boyd, or Chase, and it's popped off for a 75-yard touchdown. And nobody on the Raiders can do that. With all due respect to Hunter Renfro, I don't think anybody on the Raiders can do that.
Bro, when you got fucking swagalicious Joey Burrow throwing that rock.
Yeah, I saw a thing that said Joe Burrow is exactly what the Browns thought Baker Mayfield was going to be.
Yeah.
Which is 100% true.
Transfer quarterback, stupid swag.
Yeah.
But, dude, Burrow's a guy. He's a guy's guy.
Yeah, and he screwed me out of my fantasy championship. No, I screwed myself out of my fantasy championship, but I dropped Burrow because I was like, I'm going to ride Hurts the last 2 weeks of the season. Dropped Burrow, and I think he combined for like 80-something points in those 2 weeks. So I should not have dropped Burrow. Should not have dropped Burrow. I chose the wrong QB.
Hey, I should get an award for trade of the year for getting rid of George Kittle and picking up Josh Jacobs.
Well, I should get bonehead of the year for losing out on 3rd place with Jamar Chase sitting on my fucking bench.
Fuck
scoring like
Jamar Chase.
55
I should have got
points.
first place with him going off because
Oh yeah, me
I
too.
remember. No, it was like week 6, week 7. I lost 170 to 173 with Jamar on my bench, and you were like, "Bro, this dude's had a touchdown every game so far. Why would you bench him?" Every fucking game he started. Drop Terry, scary Terry. He'd started dudding, and he stayed dudding, and Jamar finally started coming back until the fucking playoffs.
Well, I didn't even take my own advice and sat this fool on the bench and he scored 55 points. So you should have texted me. Did I ask you if I should play Waddle or Chase?
Yeah. And I told you Chase.
Did you? I don't remember you telling me an answer. I remember Marco saying that Chase could score more points, but he could also score less. And I went with the high floor because my team was projected to win by 10. And I said, Waddle has a floor of like 8 to 10. Chase has a floor of 1.3 and a high of 50. And so I said, I just need the floor. Clearly, I didn't need the floor. I needed the whole thing. And I lost by 20 when I would have won by 20. So whatever.
Yeah, the week before, I was screaming Waddle to you, and it helped.
Yeah, and he was on my fucking bench.
Oh,
that was why I lost the semifinals.
Stop asking me.
I had it all wrong.
Do what I say.
I do it wrong all the time. But anyways, yeah, we both had the Bengals moving on, which is great. So the next game on Saturday is the three-peat. It's the Pats at the Bills. Each team has one win. Each team has a win at the other team's home. I think the first win by the Patriots was a fluke. It was like 30-mile-an-hour winds. It was like 3 degrees. It was ridiculous. I think the Bills are going to roll these kids over. And like Belichick is great, obviously. We know he's a great coach, but Mac Jones is a rookie. Stevenson is a rookie, right? Or second year or something. And the running back. And they're just going to get absolutely rolled. I think Josh Allen's going to make a statement. And he's going to destroy.
Stevenson's the second year. The other dude who's been going off this year is the first year. Yeah. If I'm right. But yeah, hey, shout out to everybody on that fucking team. Shout out to Bill Belichick. I saw a report today. It wasn't Ian Rappaport and it wasn't Jay Glazer. So I don't believe it. But they're saying this could be Bill's last ride, man.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it whatsoever. But yeah.
When he does shit like this, like they're in the playoffs when they should be a 5-win team, maybe.
Yeah.
So get out of here.
And yeah, and Mac Jones has showed that he's going to be a good quarterback. But also this game at times is too fast for him. And playoff football is going to smack him in the fucking mouth. And he's going to be scared as fuck. And by the time he gets his toes on the ground and kind of gets his nuts back up underneath him, it's going to be way too late.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think the Bills are going to win very easily, and they're going to make that.
Do the Patriots throw? See, this shit that I think of all the time, I need to start putting on our Facebook. Do the Patriots throw for a touchdown?
No, I don't even know who they'd even throw it to.
They got Myers back.
Oh, okay. Myers has 1 touchdown in his career, I think.
Oh, really?
That was always his joke.
He was their guy.
He's their best receiver, and he had no touchdowns.
He was their guy for the minute,
But yeah, I mean, I don't think so. But maybe, I mean, if the Bills are up 35-3, like they might let them get one. I think it's going to be one of those type of games. Like it's going to be over by halftime. It's not even going to be a thing. So, all right.
Yeah, and for that, shout out to the Bills fans because they've waited a long time to see a win in the playoffs. They thought they was going to see one in
they should have had one. They should have had one, but it didn't happen.
So yeah, they waited a fucking long time for this. So yeah, I'm excited for them. They didn't get it last year either, right? Something happened last year.
Another stupid loss last year.
Yeah, so I think
this is going to be last year too. So
yeah, I think this is going to be one that the fans are going to go to, and it's going to be a fucking cumulative 30-year celebration, and Bulldogs are going to be fucking everywhere.
Oh, for sure. So then we move to NFC Sunday, which has an AFC game at the end, but it starts out with the Eagles and the Bucks, and obviously I'm biased, but
Eagles by 30.
Not scared of the Eagles in the slightest. Like that was the team I wanted to face if we were going to face any team, which obviously we have to face some team. The Eagles was the one that I wanted. Like I'm more scared of the 49ers and the Cardinals out of the wild card teams than I am the Eagles. I'm not worried. Hurts isn't going to do shit to us. We're going to get Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett back, and we're going to just wreck him. It's going to be a wrap. What do you think? You think Hurts has a chance? You know, there's some people that are only listening and can't even see the video.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They're not the Angels, bro.
That's why I'm trying to flap my wings. You see how I'm
Yeah, they do look more flappy than angely.
Yeah. I'm not hitting the
Yeah. For those just listening,
flapping
Sill's trying
my
to do the
wings.
Angels in the outfield
I'm
thing.
flapping my wings like a penguin trying to catch flight.
That's what they're gonna look like in the game.
Nah, dude, I don't know what it's been like, but you guys just don't click. It's not clicking.
We don't have anybody. There's nobody to even click with.
And the Eagles, they've been clicking.
We're supposed to get Fournette back.
They've been clicking.
Evans is getting stronger and stronger. Gronk looks like every year Gronk when it gets to playoffs. We're getting Shaq Barrett back.
Gardner Minshew looks like he's going to be the
Jason
fucking Houston
Pierre-Paul
Texans
back.
starting quarterback.
We're getting Levante David back. We're getting dudes ready to go. And Jalen Hurts won't know what to do. Their only chance is that Miles Sanders can get to the outside. But if we have Shaq Barrett back, he's not getting to the outside. If Shaq's at full health, he's not getting to the outside. And it's going to be easy mode.
Gardner Minshew's awesome, bro.
Gardner Minshew's not playing.
I know, but I'm just saying what he's able to do. That Cowboys team had a historic game on Saturday.
They did, though.
Saturday.
They destroyed.
Great game. And Gardner Minshew still looked fucking good.
Yeah, because he got like 13 chances because the Cowboys were scoring at will and giving them the ball back. That's what we're going to do. And then Jalen Hurts is going to have to be the guy on offense.
That Cowboys team is coming out of the NFC this year, my friend.
This Cowboys team might not make it out of the very next game that we're about to talk about. And that is the 49ers at the Cowboys. We'll let Steele say his piece while he puts on Dez Bryant.
I got Emmett and I got Dez. Let's go. I'm going Cowboys everywhere. All right. I don't even know who the Cowboys are playing, bro.
The 49ers. I just said it. You knocked your freaking headphones off with your... That's it?
Yeah, no, I don't think.
To recap?
Yeah, pretty much. No, the 49ers are trash.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy G, suspect. They need to put Trey.
Trey Lance has looked like ass the couple games he's been in.
I know, but that touchdown throw he threw.
Jimmy G's making himself some money this season. He's gonna make himself some money on Sunday.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't think so whatsoever. That Cowboys defensive line is the truth. Micah Parsons is the truth. And what's his name? Diggs? Trayvon Diggs.
Micah Parsons should win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't care if he's a fucking rookie. I mean, TJ Watt's going to win it, but
Trayvon Diggs is going to give up like 3 touchdowns to Debo.
Yeah, he is.
And the Cowboys are going to win like 52-23.
No, I'm going to say it this week.
24.
I'm going to say it this week so I can't cop out next week when the Cowboys won. But not only do I think the 49ers win this week, I think they'll beat the Packers next week. I think the 49ers are winning both weeks.
And do tell us why, Travis.
Because they have the best wide receiver running back of all time. No, Debo is, you joked about that Trayvon's going to give him 3 touchdowns, but Debo could get 3 touchdowns for sure. That's not even like a joke. Kittle can do things. Trust me, he can do things. And they have a good run game. Again, half of that is Debo, but they also have, what's his name? Elijah Mitchell or whichever Mitchell it is.
You know what Kittle can't do?
What?
Get fucking 15 fantasy points. And Dawson Knox does that in the fourth quarter.
Dawson Knox got a fat 0, dog.
I didn't need him because I was in third place already.
Jimmy Garoppolo is going to earn some money. They're going to trade him because they want to play Trey Lance, but he's going to play better than Dak this game and better than Rodgers next game. And he's gonna get some money in the offseason because he's gonna go to like the Steelers or some shit because they won't be able to draft a quarterback. And he's gonna make some money. Telling you.
I think the Steelers are going to end up getting like a Deshaun Watson type. Gardner Minshew.
They won't touch Deshaun Watson. Get the fuck out of here.
He fits perfectly. Deshaun, allegedly.
If they fire their
Fits
coach,
perfectly.
they'll get
You're
Deshaun
right.
Watson. He ain't gonna
You're
touch
right.
that. He's had to deal with Antonio Brown. He ain't doing touch.
Can you see Gardner in Pittsburgh?
No.
Do you think Gardner
because-
could be a starter?
Yeah, but I mean, where is he going to go? So the open positions are going to be Seattle, Green Bay, Pittsburgh,
Russ to Miami.
Miami.
Right?
Yeah, so Russ will be off the board in Miami, in my opinion.
Same.
So I think Gardner could go to Seattle.
Houston. Did you say Houston?
I didn't say Houston.
They're
Dude,
not
my
gonna go
guy
with
looked
Davis.
good, bro.
Davis Mills.
He looked good.
He did
That
stick his
team
neck
is
out.
trash. He
I
looked
love
pretty
that.
good.
Stuck his neck out for that team.
He looked pretty good. He doesn't have a name that's a quarterback name, though. You're right. Davis Mills.
Yeah.
But no, I think Russell goes to Miami. I think your boy could go to Seattle. Lance could go to Green Bay. Or not Lance. Garoppolo could go to Green Bay and just be kind of like Aaron Rodgers 2.0.
Where's
Without
Aaron
any running
Rodgers
ability.
going?
Rodgers
Is he going to
go
the
where
Colts?
Fuck he wants. Let's see. He's
Do
gonna
you think
pull a Brady.
McAfee has that much of a fucking draw that he could get him to the Colts?
He's gonna pull a Brady and he's gonna go to the place where he can play mediocre and still win a Super Bowl. So where is that? Oh, that's Green Bay. So I don't know where he's gonna go.
Bro. Put Aaron Rodgers in fucking Indy right now. 3 weeks ago, like the NFL memes had it perfectly. A couple
Right.
weeks ago, the Colts were the one team in the AFC nobody wanted to see. And now they're not.
Yeah,
even
but I
fucking
don't
in.
think Aaron Rodgers would play under Jim Irsay, dude. That guy sucks.
Yeah.
That guy sucks. He might go to Pittsburgh, play with Tomlin.
That'd be so crazy. Devontae Adams, Pittman. Oh, baby.
Yeah, because Devontae Adams is going to follow Rodgers wherever he goes, most
Yeah.
likely, unless the money comes out the ass somewhere else.
Come to Jacksonville, Devontae.
Devontae will go. He might go. He could go somewhere. He probably has other friends in the league, but he knows that Rodgers will give him those cookies. He wants it. All right, so let's move on. So let's talk about Ben's last game. I mean, sorry, there's one more game left on Sunday night, and it's the Steelers heading to the Chiefs. I've made my piece.
Did
I think
we?
it's Ben's last game. What?
Did we? Oh yeah. What was the last game that we were supposed to
The
talk about?
49ers and the Cowboys. Was the-
Oh yeah, my bad.
When
We
we just
went
talked
too
about-
long on that shit.
So the Steelers and the Chiefs. I think it's Ben's last game. He's
Ben
soaking
said-
it up. He loved it. He said, "We don't have a chance. Let's go out here and
Yeah.
have fun." So, shit.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna get routed.
yeah,
Um,
for sure. I mean,
Whatever.
again, any given Saturday,
yeah, they shouldn't be there though.
Sunday,
It'll be Sunday this time. Yeah.
but I don't know.
Ben
40.
Ben was shut off. He did not give a fuck. And somehow they backed their way into the playoffs. So now he's
Because
got
when he did
somehow
when he did start giving a fuck in that game, they were able to put drives together.
right. But I'm saying like he knew that was his last game. Like in his head, he's like, all right, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go out here, try to beat the Ravens, and we're done. And he did it. And now he fucking has to play again. And he's probably like, oh shit. Like he was probably sitting on his couch hoping that it would end in a tie so that he
Thanks
could
a lot,
say, I did
Jax.
what I could. I did my best. So he's gonna go out there, he's gonna put up a fight. He's Big Ben.
They'll throw 3 interceptions.
He's not gonna look good. The Chiefs defense is better than they were at the beginning of the year. They're back to being the Chiefs. Their offense actually kind of sucks, but that doesn't matter against the Steelers. So
They need to go Najee 35 times from the ground and hope it pops off.
yeah, but who's
again.
gonna block for him? Chris Jones is gonna be all up in his grill, dude.
Well, that's why there's 2 sides of the line.
I guess
Chris
so.
Jones is here, you run that way. Chris Jones is here, you run that way.
I guess so, because it's gonna be
I think that was too far though. Yeah.
yeah. But Yeah, I just think it's the Chiefs easily. What do you think? Are we gonna have any close games this
Yeah,
weekend?
jeez. No. No.
No, I don't think so either.
No, we're not. It's going to be fun as fuck to watch, but for 6 teams.
Yeah.
Three
And for
teams.
some reason, we have a
teams.
Monday night football game. I don't know
Wait,
why, man.
three,
Playoffs
six,
is when I'm excited to just have to spend my weekend. I can get home on Monday and still be fine. But no, we have a Monday night game and it's going to be popping out here in LA because for some reason people care. It's the Cardinals and the Rams. And what happened to the Cardinals, man? What
I do
happened?
not know. I do not know. I don't know if injuries, COVID.
All they lost was Hopkins.
COVID
Like,
does
what else
take
did
a
they lose?
toll. Probably linemen and shit. Like people
Yeah, I
getting
guess
COVID.
so.
Everybody's got COVID. So and that can take a toll on some people. So I have no idea, dude. Some people just aren't the same after COVID and for a while. And that could be the case. But again, I do not know, my friend. And it sucks. I haven't played Madden in a while. I've been 2K'ing it the fuck up. But that's my Madden team, and they are fun as fuck to play with.
Those live rosters won't be as good though.
Oh no, you can just auto update.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh yeah,
won't be
no,
as
yeah,
good.
no, but the injured players are in like the TJ Watts and shit like that. But
Okay.
yeah, you're right. But I know James Cotter went from a 76 to an 81, I believe. Last time I went on there, I won. Made dude quit. No big deal. It was like 3 weeks ago.
But Murray's gonna be dropping in the rankings. Murray's
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on, and it's crazy. Like a couple of games ago, at the end of the half, I think, or at the end of the game, it looked like they were going to be able to set up for a Hail Murray again, and he got sacked.
Yeah.
So and that's not anything that you're think is going to happen, and that's been happening a lot to him.
And the Rams are the wrong team. You want to have line problems going into a game. So
yeah, again, they're fucked. This isn't going to be a close game. The Rams are going to win by at least 2 touchdowns easily.
I agree. But Matt Stafford's looked just as bad, just to be fair. I mean, Matt Stafford hasn't looked great either, but the Rams are just a better team.
Yeah. But the thing is with Matt Stafford, Sean McVay can tell him, listen, go out there and sling it. I sound way better when the mic's up here. I really need to get that fucking boom thing.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, he's gonna say, hey, go out there and sling it. You throw a pick or two, it's okay. We're gonna get at least 3 turnovers off of them too. Just go out there, do your thing. Don't worry, have fun. Go get that playoff victory you've been waiting on.
Yeah, for sure. And Jared Goff's gonna be watching on his bench, just So if you're the Packers, we'll do this for both divisions, but if you're the Packers, do you want to face the Rams, the Cardinals, the 49ers, or the Eagles? Who are you hoping pulls out of this?
Well, they would be facing the Eagles, right?
If the Eagles win, they're facing the Eagles. If the Bucks win, then it would be the 49ers. Then if the Cowboys and the Bucks win, then it's whoever out of the Rams and the Cardinals.
All right, so there's pretty much no way they're facing the Cowboys or the Bucks.
There is no way they're facing the Cowboys or the Bucks.
So yeah, I'd say probably don't want to face the 49ers. That's
what I said, and you laughed at me. Get the fuck out of here.
But that's I'm thinking matchup wise.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think the 49ers are good. No, they're going to hand the ball off to Debo at least like 15, 20 times. Elijah Mitchell's going to get like 25. Because you throw the ball against if Jimmy G has to throw the ball against the Packers, it's game over. It's fucking game over. But the way they're able to run that football,
they don't throw the ball anymore.
Yeah, and when they do, it's 5-yard fucking slants, little fucking stupid Ford bullshit things. I hated those things.
Right.
But yeah, it's so matchup wise, that's not good for the Packers. But yeah, I don't think they're worried about the Eagles.
I don't think they're worried about anyone. But I think if they wanted to face someone, I think it would be the Cardinals. I think if the Cardinals find a weird way to upset the Rams, then the Packers would just be, thank you. Let's go destroy these Cardinals because they're built the same way. And like the Packers are just way better. Yeah. I don't think they would mind playing the Rams either. Maybe. But yeah, the 49ers are the toughest matchup. I truly think that. And that's why I said, like, if the 49ers can beat the Cowboys, I think they're going to give them a little bit of a challenge. All right, so let's end here soon, but same question for the Titans. Same question for the Titans. Would they rather play the Raiders, the Steelers, probably obvious, or the winner of the Patriots Bills if it's all high seeds?
This is with Derrick Henry, correct?
Yeah, because they said he was going to be back on week 18, but they didn't feel like they needed him, so he should be good to go for after a bye. Are they scared of anybody?
The scared of the Chiefs.
Well, they won't have to play the Chiefs or the Bengals. I'm just saying.
They're scared of the Bengals. They're scared of the Bills. They're scared of the Patriots.
Just gonna name all.
They're scared of the Jaguars. They're scared of the Lions.
Nobody's scared of
They're
the
scared of the
Jaguars.
Browns. Titans fucking suck.
But they're not scared of the Steelers.
Nah,
get out.
I'm kidding. But I don't know. I really don't think the Titans are that good. Like
I don't think they're scared of anyone that they would see in the second round, though. The Raiders, they would destroy. The Steelers,
they're going to destroy the shit out of
it's going to be the Bills most likely, but they match up well against the Bills too. They crushed them already. So they're not worried about it.
That's why I don't want to say it. I don't want to say anything. They're not really scared of anybody, but I don't know. I just don't see Tannehill being able to do anything.
Who
and
owes
that
me an
Bills
apology
defense,
now that Ryan Tannehill is a number 1 seed in a conference?
I
don't think it's you. I think it's Eddie.
I'm pretty sure. I think Tannehill's really fucking good.
I've been a live or die by Ryan Tannehill for a long, long time, and Eddie gave me a lot of shit back in the day. So it's him. He needs to apologize.
But I don't know, man. Worst number 1 seed in the world ever in any sport.
I can give you that one. That's for sure. But my other guy, Kirk Cousins, is not in the playoffs, sadly.
But yeah, I do think no matter who they play, if they do win their matchup in the divisional, that is going to be the divisional in the championship. They're going to get torched.
Yeah. Whoever, if it's the Bengals versus the Chiefs, that's the AFC Championship game. I don't care that they would have to play one more game after that. That's the championship game. All right. So do you have anything else? We've been running a little long tonight, but that's all right. Good talk. So I just want to circle it back around and give a shout out to Darren Waller, man. We definitely understand addiction here. We have known a lot of people with it. My dad had it. He didn't care to go fix it, but he had it. A lot of friends that I've known has had it, whether it be alcohol, drugs, or other. And I think Waller has everything. I think he has alcohol and drugs and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of come to grips with the fact that I pretty much have it with alcohol.
Yeah.
I've noted it on the podcast a little bit, trying not to drink at home. And I think 3 weeks later, you saw me with the 3 beers during the podcast and shit like that. So yeah, I mean, it's a struggle for everybody, and you really do appreciate these big name guys coming out and doing their thing.
And so we just wanted to shout out to him, let him know we're still looking at you. We're still fighting for you. I love listening to his story. I made my girlfriend, who doesn't give a shit about sports, watch when they started talking about his story during the game, because it's just so huge. Like, he used football to be that distraction. Now, granted, distractions don't help, like, don't make you sober, but that is a great tool to try to get your head off of it. And now with these injuries, he's had to figure something out, and he's had to look inside himself. And as far as I know, because he's still playing, he's succeeded in that. So that's just a huge props to him, man. The fight that he has to put up with every day to not drink. I think he did other drugs too, but I think alcohol was his main thing. So
he smoked out the weed.
Yeah, but he lived in California.
Hello.
Yeah, I think he did that. But so in and out of rehab centers is never fun either. I've only been inside a rehab center one time, not for myself. But that shit's crazy, dude. I'm sure you've been inside one a couple times, but
I've been in one once.
Okay,
and it wasn't for any drugs or anything.
I just said not for me. Mine wasn't for me.
You said I was probably been in a couple times.
Because you run in circles that have more struggles with that than I do.
Oh yeah, I haven't been a visitor. I was in one once.
Yeah. I've only been a visitor.
I'm the friend that lets you stay at my house while you
after you get
wait
out.
to go to while you wait to go to rehab and try to help you be like, all right, you gotta get straight when you get out. All right, taking you to the airport. All right, no, all right, I'll take you to the airport. All right. Love you. See you when you get back.
Which props to you, but you deal with that a lot more than I do, just in the realm of life that you're in. But you probably see people like this Waller all the time, and just to see people fighting, man, that's strength that I don't know that I have, and I don't ever want to know if I have it. I don't want to have to get into the point to see if I have it. So just love you, Darren Waller. Keep doing what you're doing. Maybe he'll make an impact on Saturday, but look up to people like that. Those are the people that matter, that continue to fight for things bigger than themselves. It's not about football. It's about turning your life around and being better. So be like Darren Waller. And as always, be a stud, not a scrub.